Pickaxe.
Something weird happened to me today.
Oh yeah.
I had a couple of hours off work in the morning, and when I was heading into the office, I was walking along, and there was this guy coming the other direction from me, and he looked a lot like me and was wearing very similar clothes, right? So
Okay.
I just thought, oh, that's really weird. He looks so much like me, and I guess that happens maybe a few times in your life. It's not super out of the ordinary on its own. But he looked enough like me that I was kind of sort of watching. I was far enough away that he didn't notice, but I was kind of like looking at him as we passed each other. I was on coming off Northumberland Street, so it's quite broad. But then from behind me, this woman went, "He does, doesn't he?" And I turned around. I didn't even hear what she said. Well, I thought I heard what she said, but I was like, what did she say? And I went, "Sorry," and she went, "He proper looks like you." And that was it. And I was like, yeah. So
you should have gotten a photo.
Yeah, I should have got a photo, actually. She knew I was looking at him thinking, he looks like me. And felt the need to confirm my suspicions. So at least I know I'm not going mad. So,
you found your doppelpeter.
Yes, I did.
Yeah. Whenever you need to take a day off, you can just get Doppelpeter in and get him to present the best games ever, and there you go.
Sounds good.
I think, Ben, you've got a lot of doppelgangers out there, so
that's true.
Oh
actually,
yeah, of varying qualities.
It's about time
I
found mine.
It's a very simple fit for me. Have you ever found a doppelganger of yourself, a Johnson ganger?
Yeah, well, not personally, but many, many years ago, I had some friends who went to a gig at the O2 in Leeds. And they sent me a picture of one of the security guards, and like, I shit you not, it is a complete mirror of me in every way. Like,
oh my God.
The hair was the same, like the build was the same, like genuinely kind of scary to look at. I'll have to see if I can dig that up. I'm not going to put that online because that's just a random innocent man. But for you boys, just for those at home, imagine someone who looks just like me, and that's him. Yeah. Hunt down that man.
God. We should fight. We should hunt these people down and make them do Podiots for a while.
Yeah, that would be nice. Have you ever found one in the wild, Ben, or is it just people sending you photos of blonde celebrities?
Not in the wild. I suppose the closest I've come, I'm looking at photos now. There's a wrestler called Jörn Simmons, and it's only specific photos of specific angles of him where he shares a number of facial features with me. He is blonde and he does have a beard, so there's two things ticked off. But there's like in some images he sort of looks like me. I'll put an image in the chat.
Okay.
See what you guys think. This is one that looks a bit more like me, but I think he's bald now, and maybe doesn't have a beard.
It's Viking,
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
There's like certain parts of his face that look like certain parts of my face, but that's sort of that's it.
No, you're right. Actually, yeah, there's little details there. It's not just like a general hint of Ben. There's actual bits of you in there, I think.
There's some of my DNA in that man, and you can quote me on that.
Yes.
There's another one. A profile. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's much more physically impressive than I am, but facially, some similarities.
And
least.
hey, is he any good at hosting podcasts? Probably not.
I bet he's shit at. No, actually, there's photos of him streaming. I bet he's charismatic as well.
Oh no!
He's got everything.
God's sake!
He's got everything.
This would be terrible. Find our doppelgangers and they're better than us all, and we get replaced.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. I'll reach out to him and I'll say, "Hey, do you fancy hosting a comedy podcast?" And if he says yes, then you can deal with Jörn going forwards, and I'll wrestle, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'm sure I'm just as qualified to do that as he is to do this. So, simple, isn't it?
Yeah.
Perhaps the real question, though. Well, yeah, you should know. You should. I think you could handle it. The real question, though, I think, is: does Kevin have a doppelganger?
Oh,
Kevin is unimitable. Oh, why did I choose the most
hard,
difficult?
isn't it?
Unimitable. There we go. He's one of a kind, truly, in every way. He's I think that's probably best for the world. We don't need too many Kevins sitting about the place.
Would it be a doppelganger? Because he's sort of he's part man, part machine. I don't know, and he makes noise. I don't. Can we do better than that?
No, I don't think we can.
No. All right. Kevin, go on, play that funky music, white boy. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Podiots, the official Vidiots podcast. It's a conversational podcast where we take some things from you at home and obey the law of the 3 Rs, where everybody brings a thing along to talk about. I'm Ben.
I'm Peter.
And I'm Michael.
Did I say everybody brings we take some things from you at home? Did I do that?
To be fair, we do at this point. I think you've been saying we take questions from you at home for the past, even since we changed
wrong.
it. But yeah.
It felt wrong not to say questions, but this week I auto-corrected myself to things.
Oh,
yeah.
finally.
It's not wrong.
More right than wrong.
After
extra right.
After 5 years of saying it, I think you're allowed a grace period of still saying questions. It's a very bedded in habit at this point.
Yeah.
I think so. How you doing, Michael Johnson?
I'm doing ruddy fantastic. It's
ruddy.
Ruddy. What does that mean? Bloody. It means bloody, doesn't it? Ruddy.
I guess so, yeah.
Fucking great.
Well, yeah, I'm doing bloody great. Got a new bike.
It's how Scooby-Doo says bloody, I think. That's where it comes from.
You got a new bike?
I got a new bike. Yeah.
Oh,
that's exciting.
I got some new wheels, so I took it out at the weekend. Had a little spin on a mountain bike trail and then
have you done some stunts?
Mad stunts.
Mad stunts.
It was, I went on an easier bit of it and totally unprepared for what was ahead of me and didn't slow down in time and went over a little hill and nearly stacked it into some bushes. So that woke me up, but nice, it's good. I like
so it goes fast then?
It was real fast.
Oh,
so fast. Faster than you, Ben, I think, actually.
Whoa, that's pretty fast.
I don't want to stand in your territory, but I've got a new fast boy in town.
That's okay. You take it. It's a burden being this fast all the time.
I'm happy to take on the mantle. How are you both doing? What's new? What's the goss?
What is the goss, Peter?
What's the goss? I'm not sure. Is there any goss?
Is that Ryan Gosling? Is that what they're calling Ryan Gosling these days?
The goss. Yeah, they might be.
The goss.
Is this my first? I think this is my first Podiots after being in Amsterdam.
Oh yeah.
So,
How was blazing it 24/7, bro?
Oh yeah. I mean, end to end, just weed. That's what it was. No, not at all.
Toastmaster.
It was just museums or musea, if you want to pluralize it in an incorrect way.
I don't want to pluralize it.
No.
Did you go? What was your favorite museum? Did you go to any weird ones, or it was just the
No, we didn't actually. We were only in Amsterdam for a day, and that is where I think some of the weirder museums are. There's the Sex Museum, and I can't even think what the other one was. We saw another weird museum on the map, and then we went to Leiden, which is a nearby city and is slightly more level-headed. I found people were still blazing up in the street, but no red light district. No
less English tourists screaming in the street.
Yeah. I mean, still plenty of them, but not as many. So that was nice. Yeah,
lovely.
Good time.
That does sound nice. I need to go to Amsterdam again.
Yeah.
Blaze it up,
Mm-hmm.
Just love blazing 24.
Yeah.
7, 420 and that. So one day, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But so no blazing for you.
No,
on your,
I was a good boy.
Holiday. Oh, well done. The Queen will know.
She will, especially now. She sees everything from where she is.
She does.
Yeah.
She's omniscient.
Mm-hmm.
Be careful.
Yeah.
She's fucking watching you.
She is.
Right now.
All of you at home listening, she's looking at you. She's watching you. When you turn the podcast off and go and have a cheeky little session somewhere, she's watching.
Whoa.
She knows what you're doing.
Yeah, she is. She knows when you're awake.
Yeah.
She knows when you've been bad or good.
Mm-hmm.
You better watch out. You better watch out. You better.
The Queen.
Well, if we were somehow caught by the Queen, we'd probably have quite hefty legal fees because she's litigious. Is our dear dead Liz?
Liz Tidges.
Liz Tidges, exactly. So if you were to want to contribute potentially, you don't have to, but if you wanted to help us cover our legal fees, then you would have to go to podiots.com. And if you went to podiots.com and donated £3 or more, you'd not only help us with our legal fees, but you'd also support what we do here and get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the next podcast. Mikey, Are you going to kick us off this week?
Oh, you're darn tootin'. And we're starting strong. Our legal fees are almost covered by one vowel from She-Ra, who was very
Hooray.
generous. Thank you. And they say, kees.
Keys.
Thank you.
Hope you're married.
Yeah.
We continue with Anonymous. Anonymous. I almost said Anonymous there, but that's not what it says. To try and backpedal. Anonymous. There we go. Frogly. Donak 07. Lord Forgot to Donatovich. Dr. Goblin. Stephen Skores. And Caroline, we need to talk.
I'm pregnant is the next one. I assume they go together.
No.
We also have Fred wrote a song for Caroline. Bob Marley's Dog Army. Kermit the Pog. Caroline, Where is Kevin? Scooby Dooby D's Nuts. Daniel Druff. She hon on macaque till I shoe. Does that mean anything to you?
I mean,
Oh,
it's like hon. Do you know when you're sleeping, you go hon shoo shoo shoo.
Oh right. Oh yeah.
But it's like she. It's puerile, Peter.
right. I see. I get it.
It's sex humor.
It is. And we also have Neil Poo Cannons.
Brilliant. Finally, we've got Big Shart. Neil Poo Cannon's Big Shart Attack.
Right.
amazing.
Cumbelina, Pussy in Bio, Torso Evans, Dave Benson's Dildo
Oh
Carrot.
God.
man.
Yeah.
Do you want to catch us up on that, please, Peter? You were studying this with interest.
Yeah, Dave Benson Phillips posted a video of him in the supermarket with his wife in the carrot aisle, the vegetable aisle, and he is filming a carrot that is carrot shaped, but towards the end has a second smaller carrot little nub coming off and curling around. It looks a lot like a rabbit shaped toy for a lady or perhaps a man if he wants to use it for such reasons. And he is saying, "Oh, what does this look like, Mrs. Phillips? What do you think, Mrs. Phillips?" And she's sort of not really entertaining it. She picks up a different carrot and says, like, this one looks like a something else. I don't know. And then Dave, so that was on Twitter. And then about 3 days later, he retweeted it again just to make sure everyone had seen.
So proud.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like this is fucking funny.
Mm-hmm.
I need the world to see this. This is why people follow beloved children's entertainer Dave Benson Phillips.
It is.
When he's affecting a very strong accent.
Yeah,
and
he was doing
embarrassing
that
his
too.
wife by being
I didn't want to
inappropriate in public.
do it myself, but yeah, he was putting a really strong accent on as well. I'm going to see what numbers he did on that. It might have been his biggest tweet for a while, I suspect.
Oh, since putting Cox back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Forever going to be chasing that dragon, isn't he, of that one hit tweet?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
another sex toy right there, Mikey. We can just keep it going. Chase
Look-
that dragon.
I've just looked back on his eBay to see if there's anything new on there. Sadly, I think the bed's gone. There was a child's bed on there, I seem to remember, but the VHS tapes are still there. So he's made some progress.
We're going to need to buy these VHS tapes, aren't we? I'm going to need to buy them under a pseudonym, ask him if he'll sign the dust cover of Bridge Over the River Kwai or whatever the hell it is. He's
Yeah.
trying to peddle now.
Dave,
And then,
sorry, continue.
I was just saying, then display it proudly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
He posted it on February the 11th. The next morning, he quote tweeted it with the caption "Morning," and then later he retweeted the original post, and then later after that he retweeted the morning post. And between the two, he got 7 retweets and about 30 likes.
Oh, man.
So I hope it was worth it, Dave.
Well, we're talking about it.
Yeah,
No,
you're
back on
right.
it.
He does not want us to leave him out, does he?
No, certainly
Can't
not.
bloody leave it alone. Finally, we have I Wank Every Day, I'm Sportsman. Christian caught up on all pods. Congratulations. There's like millions of podcasts
Well
out
done.
there. That's really impressive. And Crescent of Crisps.
Oh,
And that is your pod squad for this week. Podiots.com, £3 or more to get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the podcast. Thank you so much, everyone who joined Pod Squad this week. Do you guys have a favourite out of those?
oof.
Daniel Druff for me, I think.
Daniel Druff's very good. Yeah.
Very slick.
Daniel Druff is very good. I enjoyed how, it's not my favourite, but I enjoyed how Bob Marley's Dog Army sounded.
Right. Okay.
That's a fun one.
I appreciate the person who put Dave Benson's dildo carrot in there because that reminded us to talk about it because this happened a while ago now. And
nobody tweeted it to us, as far as I'm aware.
No, I don't
You
think
all
so.
knew that we would have seen it.
Yeah.
We're always on Dave watch.
Yeah, we are.
My favorite is Shihon on Makak Till I Shoe. It's just too clunky. The fact, actually, the extra effort, because they have written it in camel case, because it's all one word, so you can tell which bits are individual words, and they put underscores between the letter I and the words around it, so you don't get confused, because it could just look like an L.
Yeah, Till.
That's a lot of effort that's gone into that, and I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Everybody
Great
in the
work.
class, look at she honk on my shoe. Wait, honk on my shoe?
I love it when she honks on my shoe, bro.
Everybody look at she hon on macaque till I shoe. That's a prized example of a good student.
brilliant.
Now everybody be more
Really
like
good
hon.
one.
So
No,
camely.
you're all brilliant. You're all brilliant.
You're all brilliant. Not everyone's favorite here on the podcast today, but I think we can all appreciate that that's like a textbook example. If you were to show someone how to do a silly name, that's it right there.
And how to make it legible, most importantly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Fantastic.
Still had trouble reading it, but that's on me, not you.
Well, speaking of you, Michael Johnson, I believe you are Thing Finder today.
You're darn tootin'. Yes. How about we start with my thing?
Oh,
My viewer submitted thing?
sure.
Highly irregular,
Ooh,
but
I'm
yes.
I'm changing the format. Look at this. It's brand spanking new. We have another entrant in the long ongoing saga of birds inside of supermarkets.
Oh,
Yay!
exciting.
Where have they gone now?
I do genuinely keep my eyes peeled for birds in supermarkets now because it seems to happen a lot. I don't know if this ever happened before this year, but it seems like there's a real uptick in it, and I'm not sure what's going on.
I like to think that we are a lot of people's one-stop shop for all of their bird in supermarket news.
You don't need to go anywhere
wait
else.
to hear from us to see if it's happened again.
So what have we had so far? We've had a seagull and an Asda.
Yes.
What was the second one?
It was like a crow or a magpie?
Crow,
as well?
yeah, a crow, a jackdaw or something, and then the seagull went back in again.
Was this all in the same Asda? The crow in the Asda? Was it a different? I'm just wondering if we can start ticking off supermarkets and bird types.
Yeah,
So the
that's
seagull
true,
was-
actually.
The seagull twice was in Bedminster Asda, for sure.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
The crow might also have been in Bedminster Asda. I don't know. Crow
Let's
in
have a look.
Asda.
Supermarket.
It is Asda Bedminster.
It's Asda's, isn't it?
Right.
Or just the Bedminster Asda.
Yeah, it's a special place.
Yeah, it is. That is where we saw the man trying to steal the street sign from outside.
Oh yeah, he was
Chisel.
just unscrewing it from the wall while everyone was walking past. It's a good part of town. I think the Cookie Monsters are going to think I'm some sort of lunatic because I have now Googled crow in supermarket as if I'm looking to purchase crow meat from whatever supermarket sells it locally to me.
Well,
called
if you
Toby.
do want to go to a supermarket and buy some crow meat, magpie actually.
Ooh, delicious magpie.
So it's a new bird, and I'm happy to report it's a new supermarket as well.
Yeah?
One for sorrow.
It's the Co-op Bedminster. The birds down there are just they're fucked. There's something wrong with them.
Yeah, there's men try to steal them on the streets, so they cower in public spaces for safety. But this isn't even Bedminster either. This is Bournemouth, this one. And this was submitted by Cameron A. Priest on Twitter. And the headline reads, Magpie left trapped in Bournemouth Tesco for 2 weeks.
Oh,
Wow.
God.
It's,
Left trapped. So it hasn't got in and can't get out. It's like it's being prevented from leaving.
I don't think so. I think it just it's well, we'll find out in the article, but it seems like it's in two minds on whether or not it's trapped in there or whether it just likes being in there. So it's not wrong.
I love being in Tesco. I think it's great in there.
And if the magpie's being black and white, I reckon if you scanned it on the till, he'd come up with a card.
Yeah.
It's a barcode.
Yeah.
Do you reckon it likes the big buy aisle?
Yeah, possibly.
Get 48 loo rolls. Magpies love that.
Never mind being stuck in Tesco. I wouldn't want to be stuck in Bournemouth, I don't think.
Oh, take that, Bournemouth.
Sorry, Bournemouth. I've never been. I just, you pick on any other
Just
town,
wanted to
right?
take a swing at Bournemouth.
That's the rule, I think, in Britain.
Oh, dear. All right, well, let's find out some more about this birdie adventure. A magpie has been spotted fluttering around a Bournemouth supermarket for more than 2 weeks, leaving customers baffled. The unlucky bird baffled. What is a bird indoors?
It's not that complicated.
What's that? What is that?
How did this happen?
The unlucky bird has been seen flying around Tesco Extra in Castle Lane on Riverside.
Oh, it's a good Tesco as well. Big Tesco.
Bournemouth looks lovely. I was wrong.
Is Tesco Extra the big Tesco?
Yeah.
Yeah, all
That's
right.
your 24/7
Clothes and stuff.
guy.
Yeah.
All right, good choice. Customers say the magpie has been trapped in the store for over a week. Steve Fisher is from Bournemouth and regularly shops at the supermarket. He said, "I was pretty stunned when I first saw the magpie. They're typically quite clever birds. They tend to pick and choose where they like to go. So I stumped at why they would have picked a Tesco." Hey, well, bargains, meal deals.
Magpie was like, is that a Tesco?
More of a Waitrose kind
Get
of
in
bird.
there.
I was baffled. What would a bird want to do with Tesco? Yeah. And then Steve said, the magpie must have some sort of agenda with the supermarket.
What?
Oh, okay.
No further explanation of what he means by that. It's just left at that.
Okay.
I trust him. He's from Bournemouth. He'll know.
Mr. Fisher. A magpie is a distinctive bird that welcome to filler. A magpie is a distinctive bird that belongs to the Corvidae family, which includes crows, ravens, and jays. They are social creatures with complex behaviors recognized for their intelligence comparable to some mammals. The magpie has been perching on the supermarket's coin star machine and the photo booth, where someone has put out a plastic cup full of water and what appears to be some food. Smart. Why they go to the money? Like, yeah. The bird's got it right. You'll still see, after a couple of years, you'll have enough 1p pieces to buy a bag of crisps from the shop.
They like
Get the
shiny
shinies.
things. Yeah.
Yeah.
A Tesco employee explained that efforts had been made to capture the bird using a net, but the attempts were unsuccessful, and the bird still needs to be removed from the shop.
Oh, fucking Annette. She's useless. She couldn't catch it. Should have asked Brenda
Any other
to
town,
do it.
Peter? Annette would anybody called Annette would have been great at it. It's just Bournemouth.
It's Bournemouth
isn't it?
Annette.
Bloody Bournemouth. This one.
Useless. But the attempts were unsuccessful, and the bird still needs to be removed from the shop. Steve said, the magpie is quite a character. It flies around the shop in a pattern and swoops amongst the customers and down the aisles. It's not trying to get out or anything. He seems quite happy where he is.
Doubt. I know the bird's thrilled about being indoors.
Is it getting any food? And if it is, does that mean it's just going to the freshly baked bread and eating it? And therefore, is that hygienic? This seems like this should be dealt with in some way.
Yes.
At least if a bird's going to choose a supermarket to be trapped in, go for a Tesco Extra, those big cavernous ceilings, so he'll have space to fly around. But no idea.
They can stock up on Easter eggs, barbecues, 250 tea bags, anything you want.
Back to school supplies.
It says here, at this time, it is unknown how the magpie got into the store.
I imagine it flew in.
Yeah, probably through the door.
Maybe. Some people have taken to social media to express their concerns that the bird must still be removed from the premises. A resident said that they were disappointed that the store had left the magpie trapped in the store. They explained that the bird could be seen flying back and forth, trying to find its way out of Tesco. Steve said he was enjoying it in there. Who's this other person?
I don't trust Steve anymore.
No, I think Steve's a I don't know. I just when you come out with the magpie must have some sort of agenda with the supermarket, I can't trust you.
Yeah.
I trusted him at the beginning.
Yeah, but not now. You've ruined
Steve has some sort of agenda with the truth, by the sounds of it.
Yeah.
And we finish on a Tesco spokesperson said, "We are working with specialists and local wildlife organisations to help the bird safely exit our Bournemouth Extra store."
Oh.
That was 6 days ago at the time of recording. I wonder if he's got out.
Any photo
Born.
of the magpie?
Oh yes, actually, yeah. Hang on a second. Tesco. Let's see if he's. Oh, he's been rescued!
Hey!
I was just googling it. Bye bye birdie. Magpie checks out of Bournemouth Tesco.
What the fuck?
Hang on, there's a brilliant photo.
Oh wow!
Is it this one,
Goodbye.
Ben?
It says see you again
Yeah,
soon.
it's that one. Yeah, they're just holding it. They're not letting him out yet. They're holding it up in front of the huge signage next to the security gates where it says goodbye, see you again soon. The shutters are down. I'm like, hang on, I bet this is Steve. He's holding the magpie by its little feet.
Yeah.
And he's taking a photo with the goodbye sign in the back. Just let the bloody bird out.
It doesn't look happy.
Hi, Pippa. Pippa heard we were talking about birds. She just walked in and screamed.
Oh, she wants the bird.
She craves the magpie.
Mm.
God, that's such a good photo, though.
It is a
that's
good
class.
photo. Yeah.
I bet the journalist on this article was absolutely thrilled when they saw that someone had taken this photo. So that's perfect.
Yeah.
If
got
you
the
want
goodbye
a
and everything.
photo of the bird in action, there you go. This is quite an ominous looking.
Oh,
wow.
that's great as well.
Oh, there's the coin star in the image. They weren't lying.
Yeah.
Wow.
My
There's Steve.
my grandparents had some really tall trees in their garden, and my uncle used to go around and do garden work for them. And one time he went up this tree to like clear out some of the branches on the top, and there was a magpie nest up there. And in the nest, it was like an abandoned nest, but it had loads of strips of barbed wire that had like taken off all the fences nearby, and then a pair of like nail scissors as well. So it is true that they collect the shinies. It's not. It sounds like something that's probably a myth, but they really do seemingly.
I know it's not an original desire, but I'd love to be friends with a corvid.
Yeah,
one
me
that
too.
Just brings you treats.
Yeah.
That'd be lovely.
Thank you very much once again, Cameron A. Priest, for the bird news. Please do send
Thank
in
you,
all
Cameron.
stories of birds being trapped inside of shops. I want to see how far this goes.
Indeed.
I was going to say maybe what if one gets stuck in a Toys R Us, but Toys R Us doesn't exist anymore, does it? I'm stuck in the
No, it has
past.
to be a Smith's.
Didn't it sort of come back again though? I think they've said. I don't know. Maybe it's online.
Well, if you
only.
support it, Peter, at the top tier on Kickstarter, you could get an "I'm a Toys R Us kid" badge
Oh, that was it, yeah.
for
Fantastic.
$60,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you very much, boys. Peter,
Yes.
would you like to serve us with your thing, please?
My own thing. I would love to. So I recently stumbled across a post by the QI Elves, who are the clever people who, most importantly, write the questions for the television panel show QI, but they also write just fun little bits of trivia on social media, and they write their own books and stuff.
Are they actually elves, Peter?
They might be. I don't know if they've ever been seen in public. Maybe they are,
choose to believe they are.
Queen Elizabeth's elves, because she sees you when you're sleeping, and then they dole out toys, perhaps, or something. I don't know.
And legal trouble.
Yes.
That's discussed already.
And they had done and for further context, for those who don't know what QI is, as I say, it's a panel show where QI stands for quite interesting, and they just kind of do questions about weird, interesting things. There's no prize. A bunch of celebrities just get some points, and then everyone claps at the end. But the QI Elves did a post probably some time ago, but these things get refreshed and reused, don't they? And they had put the oldest known British joke on social media. I've got a post here on their Facebook page. I suspect they put it everywhere, but it's from the 10th century, making it essentially an Anglo-Saxon joke. And the joke is, I thought I would share it with you. What hangs at a man's thigh and wants to poke the hole that it's often poked before?
Ooh.
I don't know.
It's not Dave's carrot, is it?
It could be, yes. The answer is a key.
Oh.
So there you
That's
go.
very clever.
It is more of a riddle, really, but it is. It's considered to be the oldest joke there is, and it got me thinking: what are some other old jokes and how has humour changed over time? And so I've done some reading and I have found a list here of a few jokes from the medieval period. So these were compiled on medievalists.net. I think lists might be a pun because maybe they do list articles. This is 15. The article is 15 medieval jokes that are actually pretty funny. I read them all. They're not all pretty funny, so I have not brought them all with me.
Brilliant.
How do they compare to the modern Edinburgh Fringe best jokes?
Well, this was sort of
really
what got me.
progressed
Yeah,
much?
this is where the whole idea for the thing came from. So we'll find out as I read them to you. I don't have a name for the writer here, but it's medievalists.net. So
I assume it's a knight.
Sir laughs a lot or something, perhaps.
Perfect.
I'll give you an introduction, actually, to how these were sort of written down. Poggio or Poggio Bracciolini, 1380 to 1459, was an Italian scholar who spent most of his career working for the papacy and was viewed as one of the brightest minds of his time. However, he also wrote a work called Facetiae, or something, explaining that people weighed down by a variety of cares and anxieties should now and then enjoy relaxation from its constant labour and be incited to cheerfulness and mirth by some humorous recreation. In other words, he wrote a joke book in medieval Italy.
I think he's prescribing that everyone should listen to this phenomenal podcast.
It sounds like it, yeah.
I know what I'd finally do if I had a time machine. I'd go back to the medieval ages and drop off a copy of the Dick and Dom joke.
The Dick and Dom joke book.
Oh, that would blow his mind. He'd be like, what is gunge?
We
What
wish
is that?
you a merry, what was it? Chug bucket, something.
Fudge bucket.
Fudge bucket, yeah. Oh, God.
He's like, what's a bucket? What is fudge? I don't understand.
Yeah. So here we go. These are some jokes written in medieval Florence, I think. Yes. ? Italy.
Yes.
Yeah. A young Florentine was going down to River Arno with one of those nets in which they wash wool and met a frolicsome boy who, out of fun, asked him what birds he was going to catch with that net of his. I am going to the brothel, replied the youth.
I'm going to the Tesco.
Yeah, indeed. It could be magpies.
Oh, we found a net.
I am going to the brothel, replied the youth, to spread my net there and catch your mother.
Oh my God.
It continues.
Is that the oldest your mum joke?
Well, it sounds like it, but it continues. Well, mind you search the place carefully, retorted the boy, for you will be sure to find yours there also.
Oh.
It might also be the oldest know you joke of all time as well.
Oh, yeah. Mutually assured mum destruction there.
Sick return there from the boy.
Mm-hmm.
That's the end of the joke. That's where you laugh. Insert laughter.
It's good. That was good. I
Yeah.
enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Here we go.
That must have been groundbreaking, actually. We're a bit tired of your mum.
Yeah,
Now.
yeah.
Back then it was like, whoa, how dare you
Yeah.
insult someone's mother.
The abbot of Septimo, a very fat and corpulent man, I think we're about to body shame this man, by the way, just to warn you, on his way to Florence one evening, inquired of a peasant he met, "Do you think I shall be able to enter the gate?" Of course, he meant to ask whether he was likely to reach the city before the closing of the gates, but the peasant, noticing the man's stoutness, replied, "To be sure, you will. A cartload of hay gets through. Why should not you?"
Oh.
Wow. I mean, that would be a better joke if it was, the peasant looked at him and said, "Oh, I don't know. A cartload of hay gets through, but I'm not sure about you," right? At least there's an insult there.
Yeah, it's fucked up because it's only funny if you do fat shame the man.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah, absolutely. In Florence, a young woman, somewhat of a simpleton, so we're now, shaming these
Good.
people as well,
It was a different time.
It was a different time.
It was a different time.
Yeah. Don't
People
worry.
still tell these jokes.
This joke doesn't necessarily have to be that she's a simpleton for this to be funny. In fact, you know what? I'm going to say that it's not. I'm going to rewrite this on the fly. In Florence, a young woman was on the point of delivering a baby. She had long been enduring acute pain, and the midwife, candle in hand, inspected her secret area in order to ascertain if the child...
Sorry. That completely took me by surprise.
I don't know if that's
secret area.
I mean, this has been
As if
translated.
No one's ever... No one knows what it is.
It's been translated from Italian, so the person who translated it could definitely have put her privates or something, but no, they chose to put it into secret area in English.
Her mysterious zone.
Yes. Her Bermuda Triangle, perhaps.
That's obscene. You can't say
It is, no. She'd long been enduring acute pain, and the midwife, candle in hand, inspected her secret area in order to ascertain if the child was coming. Look also on the other side, said the expectant mother. My husband has sometimes taken that road.
Whoa!
That's an anal joke. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Cool.
Wow.
Humans have always been filthy,
Haven't they just?
Why do we pretend otherwise? What's the point?
I don't know. The article I've taken this from actually gives a title to each joke, which I don't think are necessarily taken from the source material. They've just been invented by the writer. This joke is called, by the writer of this list, Smell My Bottom.
Very funny.
Yeah. Well, that could just be the joke there. Here it is. Several persons were conversing in Florence, of course, and each was wishing for something that would make him happy. Such is always the case. One would have liked to be the Pope, another would have liked to be a king, and a third something else, which isn't, they don't go into detail, but
sure.
When a talkative child who happened to be there said, I wish I were a melon. And for what reason, they asked. Because everyone would smell my bottom. It was usual for those who want to buy a melon to apply their noses underneath. That's just a little footnote there to explain why it's funny.
It's a lot of poo humour, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
I mean, to be fair, at the time, I guess all you lived in was shit. So
yes,
there was nothing good on television. No one could read.
Yeah. Got two more for you. I knew an old bishop who had lost some of his teeth and complained of others being so loose that he was afraid they would soon fall out. Never fear, said one of his friends, they won't fall. And why not? Inquired the bishop. His friend replied, because my testicles have been hanging loose for the last 40 years, and if they were going to fall off, and yet there they still are.
Brilliant.
Yeah. That's good. And the final joke. One of our fellow citizens, an intimate friend of mine, is extremely thin and lean. Someone was wondering what the reason for this was. Another friend answered, it is the plainest thing of the world. The man sits for an hour when taking his food, but 2 hours when ejecting it. It was a fact. My friend takes an unusually long time at clearing his bowels.
That's the joke.
Yeah.
Have you met my friend who takes a long time to poo?
He takes shitting. he takes twice as long shitting than he does eating, and that's why he's very thin.
This is Paul Slow Pooer.
Yes.
Let's all laugh at Paul now, because this is what Paul does. Paul has bad digestive health.
I'm going to do a slow poo at Paul's. Isn't that why
really funny?
That's why that kid at school lost out on his tuna sandwich, didn't he? Remember? He did a long poo.
Paul can't do.
No.
I can't do it with Paul. He's too slow. It takes ages.
Yeah. So there you go.
Oh.
Not much has changed really since the medieval
No,
period.
it really hasn't, has it?
No.
It's quite reassuring.
Yeah.
We're destined to forever be the same, which is nice, but it's also horrifying. But
yeah,
poo's always funny. Poos and bums. What more do you need?
Everybody poos.
It's sort of like, when they say you could take a baby, quote unquote, caveman, and if they were raised in a modern household, they would just turn out to be a completely ordinary modern human. They have all the capacity. It was just they were born in that period of history. I think you could take this man from medieval Florence, and if you raised him as a Podiots host, he would have all the best poo and fart jokes that would be required for such a job.
Wouldn't need you anymore, Mikey, would we?
Oh, my specialties are not that special anymore.
Medieval
sadly.
Italian man.
Yeah, nothing is new under the sun, they say. So
But we've got to make sure he at least looks a bit like you so he can be your doppelganger.
Yes.
And then you can go and be one of the brightest minds of the 13th century, or alternatively, a bouncer in a nightclub somewhere.
Yes. Yeah, could do that.
think
Your
that'd be very
Ploppelganger, perhaps.
Ploppelganger. Hey, very good.
There it is. There's the episode title. We did it.
Fantastic.
Thank you very much, Peter, for that insight into history.
You're welcome.
Ben, would you
Yes.
like to give us your viewer-submitted thing?
I would love to. This has been really doing the rounds recently. I haven't actually paid too much attention to it. I haven't clicked on any of the links that have been posted in our work chat. I have managed to avoid a lot of it, but this is, of course, the story of the Willy Wonka scam event that took place in Glasgow this week, or the weekend just gone at the time of
I
recording.
knew this would be submitted. Of course it was.
This comes to us courtesy of, let me double check, it's from our Discord, and it's River. Thank you, River,
Thank you, River.
for submitting this to us. So this is an article from the Daily Mail Online, Boo, Fuck You the Daily Mail,
Boo.
and the headline reads, Embarrassed actresses hired to play Oompa Loompas at Willy Wonka scam event tell how they were given AI-generated scripts, pound shop costumes, ran out of sweets to give to children, and have still not been paid.
Oh, God.
The subtitle reads, Did you, in all caps, attend the event? Email the author of this article to be featured. This is a long one, but it's worth chronicling. Actresses who were promised hundreds of pounds to perform at a catastrophic Willy Wonka experience in Glasgow that saw furious parents call the police on the organisers have said they were given pound shop costumes and haven't been paid. The event took place at the Box Hub on Saturday and was organised by events company House of Illuminati, which claims to transform ordinary venues into immersive environments that transport guests into a realm of wonder. You two have both seen the images of this.
Yes.
You know that is a lie. That's a lie. Attendees, including tiny, excitable children, had been promised a universe where your dreams come true, but were instead met with a sad grey room half filled with plastic mushrooms and AI-generated posters. When it transpired that not only was the event not as advertised, but it also hadn't stocked enough chocolate to feed the crowds, parents called the police on organiser Billy Cool, who was, I assume it's pronounced cool, he's not cool, but that's just how it's written, who was recorded grovelling to the mob.
Oh, dear.
Clarifying the intentions and fighting off allegations of dishonest marketing, Mr. Cool said, "We guarantee a full refund from Monday. We used artificial intelligence to create some images for the event," is the second quote that doesn't have any context there. So I've got some images now with some captions that I'll try and describe. Here's the article if you guys want to follow along with me and comment on what you're seeing. That image in Discord is already
It's
so good. The preview image.
The meth lab Oompa Loompa is incredible.
My favourite. So already is what the first image of like the advertisement for the event. They've misspelled February.
Oh my God, they have February.
February.
Oh no. Oh no. It would be amazing if it wasn't a leap year and they advertised it on the 29th. That would be really good, but it's sadly not. So the first image is of the AI generated advert, which is Willy's Chocolate Experience from 24 February 2024. And the caption is, the event took place at the Box Hub on Saturday and was organised by events company House of Illuminati. Then we see some benches.
Oh, it's
And
like a
the
really
entranceway-
sad school presentation.
It's just some disparate benches, and then there is a gate that says factory over it, which looks pretty cool actually. The gates are golden.
Yeah.
The stone is sort of like fake stone pillars that are purple, and then either side there's some vertical purple lights and then just a load of black curtains that are suspended between poles.
Thin black curtains. You can see the fire exit on the other side on the left.
You can. It actually looks a bit like a bomb shelter where the building itself.
Yeah.
Next, we have an image of Billy Cool, who is flanked by two bouncers. He was recorded attempting to control the furious crowd, apparently. And then, of course, we have what did you call it? The meth lab.
Meth lab Oompa Loompa. That's what people have been saying online.
Actress Kirsty Patterson looks unimpressed as she conducts Oompa Loompa experiments at the event, and she does look really sad. She's wearing a crap green wig that's like 90% fringe, and she's just wearing a sort of a brown cropped top kind of thing. She's wearing white gloves, and then it just looks like meth lab equipment in front of her. There's no chocolate or sweeties on display at all, from what I can see.
No. Well, interestingly, you say that I don't know if this article is going to contradict itself, but you say that there wasn't enough chocolate to go around. I've got a quote here from Culture Crave, who say that the event had no chocolate. Kids were given a single jelly bean and a cup of lemonade.
Oh, God.
Which, if true, is scandalous.
I don't know if it even mentions the price to get in, but I think I saw that it was, like £30 or something? $40 to get in?
I think $40, maybe 40 quid, I don't know, yeah.
Unreal. Anyway, the article continues. Since the event was cancelled on Saturday, attendees have formed a Facebook group to exchange information on the refund process. However, it is understood that as of yet, none has been received.
Oh dear.
Many members of staff have also expressed their dissatisfaction at the event and explained that the actions of Mr. Cool have made them the scapegoats for the disaster. Mr. Cool has a checkered history in the event industry and was previously criticised for cancelling a Santa's Grotto event in 2021 after toys and gifts had been donated.
Oh, God.
Oh. What a great... That's a bit like your story from the other week, Mikey, your Christmas one.
Yeah, it is. The post
my God.
guy.
He's back. Yeah. My
He's
God.
back.
I don't like
He's
Mr.
back.
He's back, Mr. Cool. No, I don't like Mr. Cool's not as fun, though. Actually, no. Yeah, this is... I don't know. They're all messing with children and their magical sense of whimsy. They're all bastards.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Apparently, referring to the Santa's Grotto event, his Gowan Bank hub, I don't know what that means, cancelled the scheduled event due to concerns over the Omicron virus and claims he and his team were distraught.
Right.
But they had lots of gifts, I'm sure, to get them through that trying time. According to Companies House, Billy Cool is a director of two other companies as well as House of Illuminati, Billy DeSavage and Nexuma Holdings, which do sound like villain enterprises.
Yeah.
All three companies are registered to the same address in London, and all three were formed last year. Before he deleted his LinkedIn account following Saturday's debacle, Mr. Cool described himself as someone with a wealth of experience in crafting marketing campaigns and events. One of the actresses Mr. Cool hired for his event, Kirsty Patterson, was promised £500 for 2 days' work.
Right.
And then there's more images of him. They do look kind of dodgy, the photos. I don't know if they've specifically chosen ones where he doesn't look great. Since the event went viral, a photo of Miss Patterson dressed as an Oompa Loompa standing by a chemistry set with fumes billowing out has led her to be described as a meth lab Oompa Loompa lady. Speaking to Mail Online, she confirmed that not only had she not been paid, she also hadn't been briefed on what her role would involve. She explained, "I was angry at the time because I felt like this is embarrassing for me, and I felt bad for the people coming in as well. I actually ended up shouting at the guy. I just said to him, he's a joke, and this is like embarrassing, and how can we basically live with himself doing this to people?"
Yeah, that's what it says.
Assume that's a typo.
Yeah.
This is really embarrassing for me. My job is teaching kids yoga. Oh no, and I go into schools and stuff and I do kids entertainment. This is none of our faults at all. We got the job and then we got given the script.
You know what?
At that point,
Oh, sorry, that was not the end of the quote. Continue, please. Please carry on.
No, by all means.
I was just going to say, you know who would have done a better job? Bobby Babalooni.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're having a Charlie and the Chocolate Factory party. Hang on, where are we?
Yeah, by that point.
By the time I'd signed the contract, and they said they were going to put us £500 for the 2 days, which is a lot of money. Which is a lot of money to say no. What?
Wow, that's a good one, isn't it?
It's a good quote, isn't it?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense. I got stuck to the. I got stuck to the jelly bean bit. What? And by that point, I felt awful. There was a part where they were saying it was like a science lab and you were supposed to hand out jelly beans. And by that point, they had run out of jelly beans. So I was just trying to make slightly exciting for the kids. Whoever... I don't think this is Kirsty. I think she's being horribly misquoted here.
Yeah.
Bad write-up. Then I walked off scene because I was so embarrassed. I went mental about the guy and feel awful about the whole thing. Like I really honestly do. And I walked off because I was just feeling so shit for the kids. The whole thing has just been awful. The whole thing's just been a complete and utter shambles. It was shocking, honestly. God. And there's Jenny Fogarty pictured in her costume prior to the event. Which was cancelled by organisers. Okay, yeah, of course it went on to be cancelled. Sorry, confused about this whole write-up. Yeah. It was £35 a ticket, it seems.
Right.
This article is, oh my god, it just goes on and on and on, doesn't it? How much more do you guys want to hear about it?
Oh, there is a lot. Let's have a look. Is there any highlights in there?
I mean,
Jenny Fogarty, the one in the photo, £35 a ticket.
Apparently, the AI generation wasn't just for the posters and stuff, which, by the way, had text on them, and as we all know, AI can't generate proper text at this stage, or not certainly the one that they were using. So there was like pictures of the edible room from Willy Wonka and signage that was just pointing to, and they just looked like Russian. It's just like arrows and then symbols on. Oh, in fact, let me pull up the one that. Because it says something really funny. Hang on. I've got to find
We can't begin to do it justice how sad this event looks. It's just concrete floor, concrete walls, concrete ceiling, and then just some props scattered around.
What? The whole script in the news article?
Oh, is it?
I didn't even realise that.
Wow.
The whole script, what? Where?
Because the script was also AI generated.
Yeah. Oh,
and it's been shared.
I've put it into the Discord. Wow, I didn't realise that.
Let's have a look at this.
I think there's a few.
Oh, it's downloaded.
It's 15 pages of script, mind you.
Willie McDuff apparently is the name of the chocolate owner.
Right.
A whimsical, brightly lit stage that hints at the magic of the Garden of Enchantment Beyond. Willie McDuff, a character of eccentric charm and wit, stands before the curtain that separates the mundane from the magical. The audience is buzzing with anticipation.
Oh my god!
Assumes the AI. Oh, hang on. If you go up a bit further, it says Wonky Doodles at McDuff's Chocolate Factory. A script. What the fuck is Wonky Doodles?
Well, I mean, you should see what is on the one of the posters. This is unbelievable. Hang on, I've got to paste this into chat because I can't. I'm going to read it out, but at the top, at the banner, it says enchirining entertainment instead of enriching or entertaining. Then at the bottom, when it lists the features of the day, it's just AI made up words that sound vaguely correct. Cat gackating, live performances, Karchi tons, Exarsadre lollipops, and a pasadise of sweet teats. And they generated that, and they were like, "Yeah, just put that on the Facebook account." They could have just edited the text and kept the image. A pasadise of
sweet teats. It is. I'm sorry, but if AI generated that for me, there's no fucking way I'm not putting that on a post.
Yeah, I'd leave it in. Yeah.
A pasadise of sweet teats. What I love about the script, though, and I'll read a little bit more of it, is that it clearly notes what the audience reaction is going to be to each paragraph. So Willie McDuff says, "Now, a crucial question. Does anyone here speak fluent squirrel? No? Shame. They're the best conversationalists in the garden. But worry not, for I am a certified interpreter of squirrel, duck, and on special occasions, bashful tulip." Audience is visibly amused. Some are leaning in, fully engaged in McDuff's charismatic presence.
Oh, God.
Mr. Cool is reading this as it's being generated, thinking, "Wow, look how excited my audience are going to be. I can't wait to put this show on."
Oh, Peter, Mikey, they're not Oompa Loompas, they're Wonky Doodles. That's
Right.
what Wonky Doodle is.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Legally
This is
different.
really long, isn't it?
Well, yeah, because it wasn't written by a human. He just pressed enter until he had 15 pages. My God.
Scene ends with Willie McDuff and the guests reveling in the success of their imaginative endeavour, reinforcing the power of unity and the endless possibilities that lie within the realms of imagination and innovation.
Wow.
That's how it ends.
This explained a lot when it came out that the script was also AI generated, because before we knew this, there was a clip going around online of kids sort of standing watching, I think, someone dressed as Willy Wonka or whatever his name is. What's he called?
Willie McDuff.
Willie McDuff, yeah. And Willie McDuff is standing in front of a black curtain and he says, "Oh, what's this?" And out from behind the curtain comes this person in a terrifying mask with big black hair. And the kids start screaming just before the video cuts off, or you hear all the children start to cry. And Wonky McDuff, or Willie, whatever, says, "Oh, it's the unknown." And this was posted online and people were saying, what is this character they've invented for this show, the unknown? And it's because the AI did it.
Yeah. Even better about that bit is that the plan was that I'm just going to call it Willie McDuff. He was going to hoover up the scary person with a hoover, like a magical hoover. And apparently when the actor got to do the role, he asked, "Oh, so where's the hoover prop?" And they said, "Oh, we don't actually have a hoover prop, so just improvise." So yeah, I imagine he just generated this article, went, "Yeah, that looks good," and then just hand it over to them for them to improvise and try and make. Well, my favorite one in the script actually is scene in the Twilight Tunnel with Willie McDuff, the unknown, and the anti-graffiti gobstopper.
Oh
no!
God, so fucking Willie McPinch says his final spiel about, we did it, we saved the day. And there's another bit that again assumes way too much. The room lights up, returning to its vibrant state. As Willie offers a bow, the anti-graffiti gobstopper safely in hand. Full stop. The guests erupt into applause, celebrating the triumph of creativity and courage over chaos. At some point, we're going to need to do this script, aren't we?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Have to do a performance.
Before that, though, when the anti-graffiti gobstopper was first introduced, you would assume that it is maybe designed to prevent graffiti or make it disappear or something. But Willie McDuff says, "This fiendish foe has long coveted one of my most cherished creations, the anti-graffiti gobstopper, a marvel of confectionery science designed to aid, not just any soul, but the tireless guardians of cleanliness, our beloved mums. And yes, dads too, but especially mums, from the endless scourge of dirty socks strewn about by youthful adventurers." A murmur of amusement and agreement ripples through the audience.
Oh, yes.
Yes, Mum.
Yes, the mums are like, "Yeah, you're shit, dads."
Yeah. Mums are in charge of cleaning, says Willie McDuff. That seems to be his attitude.
There's one final caption I'm just going to read here. One parent wrote on social media, "What an absolute shambles of an event. Took 2 minutes to get through to then see a queue of people surrounding the guy running it, complaining."
Oh, God.
So that was the real show.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear the House of Illuminati, in the interest of balance, do you want to hear House of Illuminati's statement on the whole thing?
In the interest of balance, yes.
In a statement on its Facebook page, they said, "Today has been a very stressful and frustrating day for many, and for that we are truly sorry. Unfortunately, last minute we were let down in many areas of our event." Bullshit. "And tried our best to continue on and push through, and now realise we probably should have instead of E, there's a D. Cancelled first thing this morning instead. We fully apologise for what has happened and will be giving full refunds to each and every person that purchased tickets. We planned a fabulous event, and it just did not take shape as planned, and for that we are truly sorry. We are devastated at how this has turned out and understand people's anger and frustration that everyone has had refunds have already started being issued and the rest should be over the coming days. Again, we are truly sorry to everyone."
Wow.
That's one sentence.
AI to generate his apology.
Honestly, it feels like that.
It does.
Can you? Yeah. What was it about sweet teats again? Can I get that, please?
It was, of course, a paradise of sweet teats.
To live in a paradise of sweet teats, guys.
This man. So he was let down by allegedly one would assume, an awful fucking lot of suppliers in order for it to have been as bad as it was.
Yes.
All on
Literally
the same
everyone you
day.
could think of.
Yeah, and on the morning of. And yet this is a man who is a self-described, has a wealth of experience in crafting, marketing campaigns and events. You'd think maybe someone with a wealth of experience might have made sure that the stuff was all ready several days ahead of time rather than the morning of. It's bullshit. He was chancing his arm, and it's turned out terribly.
It was a scam. He just wanted some money.
Yeah.
I guarantee that this man is not done.
Yeah.
And he's going to do more stuff like this in the future under a different name, with a different company. It's going to go just as poorly.
Yeah.
And we're going to have a fantastic time laughing about it. And I can't wait.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited. I'm going to keep an eye on Billy Cool. Where are you at?
Yeah.
I guess he's wiped his entire online presence at this point, but good
Probably.
God.
He'll change his name. He'll pop up as something else.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
William Rad, yeah. There we are. That's my viewer/listener submitted thing.
Fantastic.
Thank you. And, me. Would I
Mikey.
like to read my article?
Would
Yes, I shall. I've brought some, one tale and another slightly tangentially related tale of Victorian parrots with a bad attitude.
Parrots.
Oh.
Parrots, holidays, and vegans. Yeah, but one of my favorite things. It's parrots. This is from a BBC News article. I think this was a lot of the information was brought out of like an old newspaper archive from the time and kind of given an extra bit of flourish. So this is a real bit of. I'll just read it. I don't want to spoil too much.
Okay.
A spilled pint, a misplaced glance, a loose tongue, the wrong look, the wrong accent, the wrong attitude, too much booze, too little common sense.
Oh, God.
All these things, and far more besides, have provided the flimsy excuses for barroom brawls over the years.
As we all know, yes.
Oh, yes, I've been in my fair few brawls at this point.
You have. I've seen him.
Fucking did. But there can be few flare-ups with an odder spark than the ugly scene which broke out in one London boozer in the summer of 1898. Arthur Crowe and his pal, George Tibbet, were having a drink in a Blackfriars pub with a German pal when an ice cream man called Brambani sauntered in. I love that name. I love that.
Brambani.
I'm Brambani, the ice cream man. Made for
He
it.
wouldn't be able to have any other job, would he?
No. Yeah.
The landlord of this pub kept a parrot behind the bar, and Brambani enthusiastically returned to his ongoing project, trying to teach it to speak Italian. Well, I like Brambini. He comes in, he talks to the parrot for a bit, tries to teach us some phrases, and buggers off. It's cute. I like him. With characteristic ineptitude, reported the Falkirk Herald, the parrot replied in English, a potty-mouthed brand of English at that. We don't know what it actually said, as the newspaper printed it as "Oh, you old dash."
Oh.
So, "Oh, you old." Well, we'll try and figure this out at the end of this bit. But it was enough to provoke Crowe and Tibbet, who thought the insult had come from Brambani. Not just that, but it was aimed at the German woman who was also sitting at the table, so they got ready to throw fists. Oh, you old! What would? Oh, you old hag!
Kraut.
Oh, prick.
Margaret.
Mark.
Mark. The hapless Brambani tried to explain who the real culprit was, but reason rarely figures in the prelude to a dust-up. In increasingly aggressive tones, they demanded an apology. The parrot, meanwhile, thrilled by this unexpected turn of events, kept up a running fire of abusive and scandalous remarks. Sensing matters were headed for a painful conclusion, Brambani turned and legged it, scarpering for the safety of his sweet shop.
Oh.
Man, is what he was made to
He
do.
had a sweet shop too. Oh, this guy's the best.
Did he have a paradise of sweet teats in there, do you think?
Hey. Itching for a fight, the trio pursued him and was soon joined, as if by magic, by a like-minded small mob. Brambani's nephew, John,
Oh, come on.
You could have done better than that.
He works in a
name's-
bank.
John.
John. Why can't you be more like your cousin Bram Barney over here, John? John stepped forward to appeal to the best instincts of the crowd and was promptly met with a hailstorm of missiles, including ginger beer bottles and his family's own ice cream glasses.
Oh, no.
The German lady took an active part in the melee too, but decamped upon the arrival of PC's Greenway and Hunt, who prevented further bloodshed and arrested the prisoners. Crow and Tibbet were jailed for a month for the incident, and there was no word of what became of the parrot. That makes it sound like the police officers took the parrot as well.
Yeah. The parrot unfortunately served the rest of its days behind bars.
No chance of parole.
Every time he went into the courtroom to appeal to the judge, he called him an "oh you old hand."
Oh, you old something.
He's something. But so yeah, this happened, and then the parrot. There's not much else about the parrot. But 2 years earlier, just a few miles up the road, another parrot was ruffling feathers in court. Ooh. Solicitor's clerk Henry Lovegrove had bought a talking parrot in a pub as a gift for his sweetheart. Can it talk? He asked ship steward William Folger. It most certainly could. Spanish and English. Plus, it could sing. It did a rousing version of Tarara Boom Day, which is not a song.
Did it?
Yeah.
Bullshit. I don't think he
Well,
did that.
the man with the parrot boasted about his abilities. And so 30 shillings seemed a fair price for such a richly talented pet. The wary Lovegrove had just one more question. The bird had been kept on a ship. Was it fit to present to a lady?
Oh, sailors, you know what they're like.
But
Oh.
Folger assured him the bird chooses its words very carefully. Its language is that of a bishop.
Right.
So, imagine Lovegrove's surprise when Miss Nelson soon told him that she couldn't stand to be in the presence of the bird for a moment longer. Why? The parrot swears more than the troops in Flanders, Lovegrove told Shoreditch County Court after being pursued by Folger for the 30 shillings he'd paid. In themselves, that string of profanities might not have proved a problem, but it seemed specialised in swearing in Spanish. And alas, poor Miss Nelson had been a governess in Spain, so she understood every word that came out of the vulgar bird's mouth.
Oh.
And she told the court, this is good. I like this. She told the court that the bird was simply sulphurous.
Oh,
What?
goodness me.
Oh, don't talk like we used to. And at that point, the bird itself was brought into the courtroom. Perhaps it would talk for the edification of your honour, said Lovegrove's solicitor. I don't want to hear it, harumphed the judge. My knowledge of the Spanish tongue is not so profound as Miss Nelson's, nor have I any wish to endure Tarara Boom Day again. And with that, it was settled. He got to keep... Whoa. Oh, Lovegrove got to keep his cash. Oh, my God. Because the judge couldn't be asked, so he just... Oh, my God, I misread this last bit. So, yeah, the man who sold the parrot got to keep his cash. I mean, what are you going to do? Return the parrot? Nah. But it's maybe not out of the realm of possibility that maybe this foul-mouthed parrot made its way into that very Blackfriars pub and then caused another incident. I think, yeah. Was it? Oh my God!
Or a nearby Summerfield, perhaps?
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled. What's the? Oh my God! What's the old worst games ever? The warning? Oh my God! The London racer, the policeman.
Yeah.
What did he say? I was like,
this is your third warning. You're coming with us, or one more and you're finished.
So yeah,
One more and you're finished.
One more and you're finished.
If it had been the same parrot, that would have been impressive. If what's his name had taught it Italian, it would have been speaking 3 languages at that point. English, Spanish, and Italian. That would have been great.
All of the English, Spanish, and Italian it knows is very rude swear words. So swings and roundabouts. That's a little bit of foul-mouthed parrots for you all.
Parrot history. Thank you, Mikey.
A triple whammy of bird news from you today.
Oh my god, yeah, wow, I didn't even think about that. Hey!
Yeah. Bird boy, bird boy.
Oh, go read about some birds, you bird boy.
Yeah, you grow some feathers, you fucking
bird brain.
bird head.
Go hang out
head.
with the magpie in Tesco if you love it so much. Thank you very much, one and all. And if you'd like to, Peter, could we
Yes.
have your viewer submitted thing?
We can.
Ooh.
It's from Adaredevil at Adaredevil7 on Twitter. And it's according to the Daily Mirror. I saw this today, and I'm glad this has made it to the podcast. Mum, 36, loses £650,000 disability claim after winning Christmas tree tossing competition.
Hey, that's it. Toss those Christmas
It's
trees.
written by Monica Charlesy, who is news report. What? By Monica Charlesy news. By Monica Charlesy, comma, news reporter and Douglas Whitbread, implying that Monica Charlesy is a news reporter and also is Douglas Whitbread.
And also portraying the role of Douglas
Yeah.
tonight.
So Camilla Grabska, 36, from Ireland, was caught red-handed after she was pictured hurling a large tree a year after the accident took place. It comes after the mum claimed she was left with a disabling condition after the vehicle she was in was hit from behind in February 2017. February spelled correctly. The mum said
February.
she would be unable to work for more than 5 years due to the deliberating conditions, says the Mirror.
Oh, for fuck's
no.
sake. What is wrong with everything that we read?
I don't know.
Is it us?
Is all news like this, or do we just pick in winners every time?
I think I said last time in the last episode, I just feel like, why am I not making loads of money on the side writing articles just a bit better than this for tabloids? She further claimed her injuries would affect how she plays with her kids. But she also went as far as to say that the injury hindered her from being able to carry heavy shopping bags. However, the Irish High Court in Limerick dismissed her case after it was shown the incriminating photo in a national newspaper of her throwing the tree with a very agile movement. I will now share the image with you guys if you've not yet seen it. It is quite spectacular. This is a woman who claimed she couldn't play with her children or carry her shopping.
Wow. Her whole body is involved in throwing that tree.
And there's a crowd of dozens watching her do it.
Yeah.
There's also
It's
a picture
not like
of
it's
her.
not like a tiny diddy little tree either. It's it's a proper Christmas tree.
Yeah, I'd
Jeez.
call it a 6-footer at least, or a 7. There's also a picture of her holding her prize. She's got like a certificate for winning.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay.
Despite the mum's plea, Judge Carmel Stewart said that the very graphic picture from the 7th annual Christmas tree throwing championships had helped her make the decision. The Irish Independent reported the judge saying, "It is a very large, natural Christmas tree and it's being thrown by her in a very agile movement. I'm afraid I cannot but conclude the claims were entirely exaggerated. On that basis, I propose to dismiss the claim." Married mum from Ennis, County Clare, told doctors her injuries were so severe after the accident on February 3rd, 2017, that she could not lift a heavy bag without feeling shooting pain. She quit her job following the crash and took disability payments, writing in court documents her past and future loss of earnings amounted to £427,000. That's €500,000. €500,000.
Jesus.
And the injury claim amounted to £649,000. That's €760,000. She even said there were times when her husband had to bring medication to her in bed, which she could not leave for half of the day due to her agony. But the court heard that just a few days before she'd informed doctors of her terrible condition, she had finished top in the charity Christmas tree chucking event.
Fucking idiot.
brazen.
During the hearing, some footage was also submitted in evidence from November last year that showed Grabster training her large dog for over an hour in a park. She denied the suggestion that she'd faked her injuries, telling the court that she was simply trying to live a normal life. It's not normal to throw a Christmas tree. That's a weird thing to do. But her case was dismissed after the judge ruled her activities following the crash were completely at odds with the medical evidence she gave of her injuries. The end.
Cheeky git.
Yeah. Disability payments are really important, and a lot of people rely on them.
Yeah. And it's,
don't be doing that.
When people do, try and cheat the system, that is what causes other ignorant people to assume that other people are also cheating the system when they're not.
Yeah.
So it only encourages poor attitudes that already exist in society. So, doubly bad.
Stupid.
It's just like, it's like not even like, I mean, like the picture of her throwing a tree is like fine, whatever. But it's the picture of her holding her little first place plaque and smiling at the camera and be like, yep, that's like, come on,
you're a criminal.
Yeah. I'm surprised she didn't get some sort of fine for like clearly.
Yeah, I'd have thought
misleading.
maybe some jail time as well. Like that's
it's fraud.
It is fraud.
It's fraud.
Yeah.
Definitely is.
Yeah.
Thank you very much,
yes,
Peter.
well, thank you to the person who sent that in.
Ben, would you like to play us out with your thing?
I would love to, and quite frankly, I'm amazed that this has not been on our radar before now.
Oh.
Because this is an article from 2019, April 2019. It's a write-up on CNN Travel, and it's about Japan's newest museum that's dedicated to poo.
Wow.
How did we not know about this?
We have changed from the Middle Ages. We've evolved. We used to just do poo jokes. Now we have poo museums.
Yes,
poo-seums.
Thank you very much. Yes, exactly. Shit shows. This is written by Lilith Marcus. I assume it's Lilith and not Lily. It could easily be Lily.
Yeah.
The T and the Y are very close to each other on the keyboard.
And the typos on these things are bad.
Yes, they are. So Lilith has written this article. It's probably her name, to be fair. And it reads as follows. The Museum of Natural History. The Museum of Modern Art. The Museum of... poop? Question mark? In Japan, a new pop-up museum is encouraging travellers to get over their self-consciousness about unko. That would be poop in English.
Oh, okay.
I've had a look, by the way. Unko, U-N-K-O. It's sort of a cutesy word for poo, like poo-poo or poopy, or It's like what kids would call feces, basically.
Okay.
We believe that setting poo as entertainment, not a museum, is the first in the world, a representative for the Unko Museum tells CNN Travel. There is no dirty brown poop in Unko Museum. It's all colourful, cute, and pop design poop. Visitors to the museum, which will be open through early August, can sit on brightly coloured fake toilets, draw artistic representations of what their bowel movements look like, yell the word unko into a microphone, play in a ball pit full of stuffed poops, and take selfies in front of pastel-coloured stuffed excrement toys.
Right.
They are, of course, encouraged to share their experience on social media. So far, nearly 10,000 people have visited the museum in its first week alone, and that's no load of crap, says Lilith, driving home the point that this is a poo article.
Yes.
Tickets cost 1,760 yen, about $16 for adults, and 990 yen, about $9 for children.
I always forget what the yen exchange rate is. For a minute there, I was absolutely blown away by how expensive it was to get in.
It cost £2,500 to get into the shit house. And tying things together, it concludes by saying, like a real-life Willie McDuff creation.
Yes.
You should come and see this exhibit, basically. So I'm going to send you guys an article now, which is from The Guardian, and essentially just images of the museum. Would you guys like to take it in turns, reading the captions that go along with it, and also describing what you see?
I'd love to.
Yes, please.
Here is a link to the article. And also, I fucking had you, right? Because you're sad that you can't go to the Poo Museum. It's open tomorrow at 11 a.m. It's still going.
Breaking Poos. It's still open.
The Poo Museum is still going.
Wow.
You can go to it now, still, I think, according to Google anyway. It's open at 11.
You can trust Google. No one can change anything on Google as we know.
Nope. Not a single... No one would do that.
No.
Which one of you would like
culture
to
of
start
cute
reading?
Has embraced poo. I don't like the image of embracing poo. That sounds
yeah.
very messy.
Hug that poo.
Yeah.
Mikey, would you like to lead us off with the first image and read the description?
Yes. So this honestly, I mean, it looks a lot more fun than the wonky experience. It's a row of, it looks like about 6 multicolored toilets all in a row with some happy looking women squeezing as hard as they can. And the caption says, visitors pretend to give a push while sitting on colorful lavatory bowls at the Unko, poo in Japanese, museum. It does look like good toilets.
You shouldn't strain like that. It gives you can get
No, it's not good for you.
hemorrhoids.
Piles.
Or whatever. Yeah, piles. The next one, the caption is, music plays as users pretend to poo. Then a brightly coloured souvenir can be collected from inside the bowl. And it shows, again, 2 people sitting on the coloured toilets and squeezing. And I imagine that once you do that, then something appears in the toilet bowl.
Well, would you believe it? No one leaves empty-handed, Peter. And the next image is of a bright green toilet and someone reaching in to fetch what looks like a golden turd from the bowl.
Yeah, little golden turd.
Yeah.
You can take that home, Mikey. You can have that. That's yours.
Yeah.
I mean, I genuinely would love that. This does sound like a lot of
I know
fun.
you
So
would.
don't you pretend it's not fun either.
The next image is like something from a really fucked up version of the Crystal Maze. It says, children try to catch small toy poos emerging from a giant inflatable. The sculpture in the main hall erupts every 30 minutes. And they're crowding around it with all these poos cascading down from above that they're desperately trying to catch.
It's beautiful.
It's like a get your own back game, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
Get your Bram back? No.
Oh,
No. Doesn't really work.
get your grown back.
Yeah. And then the next image is again of the same erupting poo statue, but this time it paints a slightly less fun scene. The caption reads, 2 boys take cover, and it's 2 children sheltering their heads from the just barrage of poos raining down from above.
Raining plastic poos, yeah.
Yeah. Next, we've got poo-shaped erasers with faces and other small items have long been popular items carried by children and sometimes older people in Japan. And then there's an image of, it looks like maybe it's a little pocket mirror. It says, no unko, no life on it. So I guess you could win yourself a
Can't
little
live
poo mirror.
without poo.
That's true, yeah.
And don't worry, if you get hungry at the museum, I'm happy to report there are poo-shaped cupcakes on display.
Yes, there are.
The images of, as you'd expect. It just looks like a swirl of icing on top of a cupcake. It looks quite tasty.
It's too much icing for me. Too much icing, I think.
Yeah, that is mostly icing.
Dwarfs the cake.
I went, like, I've seen worse poo-themed cakes, much worse. I went to a ferret show years ago, and they had like a little bake sale going on there as well. And one of the things you could buy was some kind of cake that was made to look like a litter box with lots and lots of poos in it and kind of like woody bedding and stuff. And it like legitimately looked disgusting. It looked just like the real thing. So hats off to them for that, but too much. I ain't putting that in my gob.
No. Goodness me. The next image shows a wall of sort of small, tiny little toilet seats, and there are 2 women there writing on them with pens. And the caption is, visitors draw on the toilet-shaped boards. So I guess you can just sign a toilet seat while you're there.
Hey,
It's weird, isn't it?
It's not weird. Well, we've signed a toilet seat.
But to be fair, we have actually. You know what? I take it back. That's a good point.
Yeah.
And it's more than just in like physical objects. There's also video games there. In this video game, the player kicks a poo into a goal. In another room, players use a projection mapping game like Whack-A-Mole to stamp and squash on poos.
I feel sorry for the goalkeeper in the kick the poo into a goal game, because do you dive for the poo and try and catch it? You know,
absolutely.
A sort of 40-mile-an-hour poo coming directly towards you.
We love poos in this museum.
We do, yeah.
You want to catch it, obviously. Cat shit.
The next photo is simply captioned, love seats. And it's just 2 toilets next to each other and a man and a lady sitting on it. and on the wall behind them it says "Love, love, Unco," and just the word "happy."
Happy.
Which is nice.
They're just happy to be there.
Yeah.
This final one, Mikey, that I think we should probably make the final one is, I think, the most exciting one of all.
Is this the ominous dark room one or a different
This is the ominous dark room one, yeah.
So I'm going to read the caption first. In one game, participants tried to make the biggest poo while shouting Uncle as loudly as possible. And
It's bogeys.
It is.
Uncle! And the image here is, it's just an entirely dark room except for a TV screen with an image of a poo on it and a lady looking a little bit concerned next to it. I want to hear people screaming Uncle. This is good. This is good. I'm down.
Yeah.
Goodness
So that's
me.
it. That's the poo-seum, which is real. And you can go and maybe we should rename it on Google Maps. Podiots presents
Oh no.
the Poop Museum, Tokyo. Apparently, you'll need about an hour to get through it.
All right.
And if you want to go and see it, it's open from 11 a.m. most days in Diver City, Tokyo Plaza. So go to the Poo-seum. Let us know how you found it. Looks fucking ridiculous. And quite frankly, I'm rather disappointed with you lot for not letting us know about this sooner.
Yeah, come
What the
on.
hell?
Who do you think we are?
I can't believe it's 5 years this has been open.
Yeah.
Like,
It may have been closed for a little bit during that time, maybe,
yeah.
you know?
yeah, but it reopened. Not many things did reopen after that thing.
No, that's true. But the Poo
Poo-seum.
Museum, they knew it was in high demand.
Persevered. They knew. Like, the business is there. We just need to survive.
Yeah.
And that's my thing.
That's wonderful. While we're talking about poo, and I mean, we talk about poo every episode, so I could save this for another one. But I should just tell you this because it made me think of you guys immediately. My great grandmother was quite a sort of a lady. She was quite well, she probably carried handkerchiefs and probably ate off a doily and was all a bit like that. And she was always very keen to be seen to be doing the right thing and stuff. And I heard my mum and uncle reminiscing about her recently, and they said that sometimes when they were going on an outing with her, she would make them go and have a try. Did you used to get told to have a try?
Of course.
You're told, go and do a wee, or possibly go and try and do a poo. And if you say I don't want to, they say, well, go have a try. And then out of nowhere, considering this is this ladylike lady, my uncle says, oh yeah, she used to either say she used to either say have a try, or if she wanted you to do a poo, she would say go and do your grunts.
What?
Which is a horrific phrase.
Do your grunts.
Go and do your grunts. This woman, I can't possibly get over how prim and proper she was, but for some reason she apparently used the phrase go and do your grunts. And
awful.
As soon as I heard that, I was like, I must tell Ben and Mikey.
I'm glad you did, because I love doing my grunts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, morning grunts always a good. That's where I started there.
Yeah.
To do me
Domino's grunts, of course. Not so much a grunt as a whisper, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
grunt piss.
Zero.
God.
Zero.
Goodness me.
Grunt. Auntie Grunt Piss sounds like a Roald Dahl character.
Yeah, your German aunt has come to stay.
Oh, fuck's sake. Well, thank you, Peter.
You're welcome.
That concludes this episode of Podiots. Thank you so much, everyone, for submitting your things. And keep your eyes peeled for another episode in a fortnight's time. Of course, we've got some things to plug. Don't go anywhere yet. We've got important things to talk to you about. So don't you dare turn us off just yet.
No.
Mikey, I believe there's some kind of shop.
You're darn tootin' if you head over to vidiotsofficial.com and click on that lovely enticing little shop button, you will be greeted with a veritable bounty of goodies. T-shirts, hats, hoodie, mug, stickers, we've got it all, and you want it, so go buy it.
Go buy it.
We're gonna get some merch. That's vidiotsofficial.com.
Yes, thank you, Michael. Instagram and TikTok, we are at vidiots.official. There's regular clipiots going out on there, some throwbacks to old Vidiots stuff, some highlights from recent Podiots episodes. Make sure you follow us on there and share us with your friends as well. Mm-hmm. The goal of that is to reach fresh blood and bring them into the weird fold that you should probably talk to that doctor about, but it's fine. It doesn't look infected. It's probably okay.
It's okay.
Discord is vidiotsofficial.com/Discord. Thank you very much to Tommy and Fleckers who mod us there. Our YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, all.com/Vidiots official. Wow. We also have a Twitch channel, which I will be streaming on. Hang on. Next weekend. It's happening. Next Saturday, the 9th of March. My friend Ben is coming up and we're going to be doing a stream together. Don't know what we're going to be playing. Don't know what wonderful cause we'll be raising money for. But do come along if you can. That'll probably be like 6 or 7 p.m. until late on twitch.tv/Vidiots official. So hope to see you there. Podiots.com is where you can go and donate to this podcast and support the things you enjoy. Help us keep cracking these out after how many years now? 5, 6?
6, 5, 6.
We're in year 6 now.
Yeah.
We're in year 6. Jesus Christ. Yes, podiots.com. £3 or more to get a shout out at the beginning and the end of the next episode of Podiots and join Pod Squad. Mikey, kick us off once again, please.
The generous One Vowel from She-Ra, Anonymous, Frogly, Donako7, Lord Forgot to Donatovich, Dr. Goblin, Stephen Scordes, and Caroline, we need to talk.
Also, I'm pregnant. Fred wrote a song for Caroline. Bob Marley's Dog Army. Kermit the Pog. Caroline, where is Kevin? Scooby-Dooby D's nuts. Daniel Druff. She hon on macaque till I shoe. And Neil Poo-Cannons.
And finally, we've got Big Shart Attack, Cumbelina, Pussy in Bio, Torso Evans, Dave Benson's Dildo Carrot, I Wank Every Day, I'm Sportsman, Christian caught up on all pods, and Crescent of Crisps. Thank you, Pod Squad. Podiots.com. That's right, isn't it? Yes, £3 or more to get a shout out at the next episode of Podiots. That's what this podcast is called. Good. My mind's slowly unraveling, but we're nearly at the end now.
Yeah.
Peter, what's out on Vidiots 6 years ago this week?
Well, we have got memory cards for February the 19th, which was the PS4, Star Fox, Metal Gear Rising. 5 ways to know if Toad from Mario is secretly seeing your wife. We had
It's a helpful video.
Yeah, good. The Dark Souls backwards controller challenge for Piece of Cake. That's one of the first pieces of cake. We also had Worst Games Ever, CSI 3 Dimensions of Murder, a classic. We went to a cardboard arcade. Vidiots are now sponsored by Turtle Beach, a very serious ad. Memory cards for February the 26th. I'm not reading all these games. Post some tap number 3. We were finally sent the game, which I think was the first time we got a Miley game. I think that's what that is.
First of many.
And lastly, on day of release of this podcast, was the GTA The Bus That Couldn't Slow Down challenge for Piece of Cake.
Fantastic. Mikey, whereabouts are you on the internet?
At Parrot Boy on Twitter and Instagram. That's the best places to keep up with what I'm up to these days.
Fantastic. And Peter, where are we?
You can find me at that Peter Austin and Ben at confused_dude, both on Twitter. But you can find us together on Team Triple Jump over on YouTube and Twitch mainly, where we are playing video games and talking about video games and doing some old Vidiot style stuff as well. Worst Games Ever and cooking and stuff like that.
Yeah, about to hit 300,000 subscribers.
Woo!
Very nearly there on the precipice. If you haven't subscribed yet, stop fucking about.
Come on.
Get on with it.
Yeah.
Finally, why not leave us a 5-star review on your platform of choice? It helps something to do with Al Gore's rhythms, and we'd really, really appreciate it. If you can't afford to give monetarily, totally understandable. But this, no excuse. Come on. 5-star review. Easy peasy. Doesn't cost you a penny. Do we have a final question before we bugger off for another fortnight?
What bird do you think will be stuck in what supermarket next? A pelican in Morrison's, maybe?
Oh, I'd love that. Surely Iceland? No, that doesn't make sense.
Well.
A puffin in Iceland? No? Penguin in Iceland?
Yeah, good.
I don't know. I'm not the expert here. That's why we're asking you guys to let us know, because I don't know what it is. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for listening / watching, everybody. We will see you very soon. Look after yourselves. Goodbye.
Go and do your grunts.
Oh.